This month is all about adventure. Last week, I played it safe, and we talked about adventure photography in the studio. And though the studio is kind of a safe zone, I can control all the variables, it ended up being quite exciting. We had a drone flying around in tight spaces, and I showcased some of my adventure gear in photos. In the video, I gave you 3 key tips on how to build a sense of adventure into a product-oriented catalog shoot. This week, we put the adventure into the adventure photography and went out into my stomping grounds, the adventurous and unforgiving Sonoran Desert of the great American Southwest. I am a desert dweller, so I feel at home out there. There is one thing I don't love about the desert: snakes. Always stay alert on any adventure. Know what the local creatures are and what to do if you encounter some of the hungry ones. Back to the shoot though. Similar to last week, this shoot was all about highlighting outdoor gear. In the outdoors this time. From backpacks and watches to drones, we ran the gamut of the things that I bring out with me every time. We scouted a few areas looking for something representative of my adventurous surroundings, and we got to work. Oh, and before we get into it, Snapchick VIPs and Patreon patrons, you can head over to my site at the link in the description of this video for your exclusive behind-the-scenes content from the adventure and of my photo editing process as well, and also the complete gallery of photos from the shoot. Now back to it. Here are some of the photos while I talk about some tips for shooting in the adventurous outdoors. First, and I touched on this one a bit already, know your surroundings. Cactuses, snakes, and even scorpions were things that I'd need to keep an eye out for. Be alert and use all of your senses to scout the environment. If there's going to be action, make sure that you walk it all first to be sure that you don't find yourself stepping into trouble. And be prepared for something to go wrong. Like in the desert, tweezers are a must. Along with your own safety is considering the impact that you are leaving to the environment. Almost everywhere you step out in the wild is someone or something's home. Are there lots of birds overhead? Maybe keep the drone packed up until you get to clearer skies. And a good rule to follow is leave no trace. If you brought it in, bring it back out. The next tip is something that I talk about quite often: timing, light, and location. Our adventure trip was late in the afternoon. Colors come alive at this hour, giving us the lighting that we were looking for. The location was challenging. It was over a mile on the trail until we were truly away from civilization. And it was hot out, but this gave us many more shooting options in a full 360 degrees. Waiting until later in the day, although hot, gave us that better lighting situation. And clear skies gave us a scenic mountain backdrop for the wider shots and tighter head shots like this one. Finally, be flexible. We did not get every shot that we wanted on this adventure due to changing lighting and the tight confines of a fairly remote desert trail. However, we got other shots that we didn't expect. We made our own luck by going to a location where we not only had choices. If we walked 50 feet in one direction, we were in dramatic and direct sunlight, and 50 feet in the other direction, and we were in the cool shade of a mountain shadow. But we also controlled the foreground light with a speed light while Mother Nature illuminated a fantastic backdrop. You've got a plan, but never forget to look around at the dynamics of the situation and location and be prepared to try a few things out. If your idea isn't coming together the way you planned, don't be afraid to fail fast, make adjustments, and work toward that next brilliant shot. Thanks for coming along with me on my adventure. I did find some extra time during the trip to get some great drone footage, and you all will see that next week. In the meantime, VIPs and Patreon Zion and Beyond patrons, your adventure is not over today. Head over to my site for your exclusive gallery and behind-the-scenes video. Not a member, but curious about joining? There's more information in that link down in the description below as well.